Hi everybody, my name is Jan Dufour and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live just outside of Louisville, Kentucky. Today we're going to make this cute little card. Now I made it a top fold. You can do whatever you like. I think we're going to use something that I don't have out here. I'll add it in while I am talking. Okay, so it's a cute little thing. I love the snarky comment. You're a solid, and of course most people would put 5, but I thought I'd do 4.5. And I'll send it to one of my friends so they don't get offended. This little tassel is wiggling what I was saying. I decided I'm gonna roll. I don't know if you've ever done the pizza roll kind of wrap thing to make it very tiny or long and small. I'm just going to put it on the back of this tassel, which you're going to make, by the way. There's a die for it. It's very cute. Well, get it to come off. It doesn't have to be super big. It's just, I could actually use liquid glue on it, but I thought I would just use a little dot. There we go. It quits moving around. Okay. Now we're back at it. If you're seeing me on YouTube, welcome. And I hope you'll consider subscribing by pressing the subscribe and notify button below. I only post once a week, and I occasionally send out a flash sale if there's free shipping or something like that. If you are on YouTube, you want to go to my website, stampmesilly.com, for more reasons than just being able to get flash sales and that kind of thing. There's also going to be a project sheet, which gives you all of the dimensions. It tells you what I use, and it shows you a picture of the card that we're making. So I did kind of monochromatic. I used up some scraps, which were fun. I will give you the dimensions here. Of course, the A2 card is 4.5 by 5.5. And you score it, you cut it at on the 11-inch side at 4 1/4, and then score it at 5.5, and that gives you this card. If you don't have a demonstrator and you'd like a free catalog, you can email me at jandufour@yahoo.com, and you can ask me questions also, or you can post in comments down below. I always look at the comments. If you like what you see and would like to purchase something, you can go to my online store at jandufour.stampinup.net. All right, I'm gonna put that away for now. Leave this here. The instructions will tell you that you can use an A2 card base, which whether it's top fold or not, it doesn't really matter. But you want to start by, actually, the first thing you want to do is make the tassel. So this is a little die, and it's, all of these are separate. I think we had a little grass one like that one time. But anyway, this is very tiny. It's really easy to make. You just use twine or thread, or ribbon is too big because this is a pretty small thing, and I put a little knot or two at the end, at the bottom of it. It's not necessary. It's just something for it to anchor on because it is very thin. So there's a little knot there, and then you're gonna take your glue, which someone has stolen mine. I don't know where it is. I guess, oh, it fell into the drawer. Of course it did. All right, so you're gonna put a very small amount right on one end. If you're left-handed, you probably would do it down there, but it doesn't really matter. And I kind of stick this on here. Now it's not gonna stick immediately, but I'm just gonna hold it down for a second. And then I'm gonna use my take your pick tool. A pencil obviously would be too big. You'd have to find like something small. This is pretty sturdy. That's the picky one, but you can also do it without. You can just roll it. Now that's dry enough for it to hold, so I just kind of put it on top and start to roll the paper around here so you can see what it looks like. Oops. It's rolling, and then you just continue to roll it right up. It rolls pretty easily, as you can see here. And I'm just gonna roll it all the way up almost to the end. I'm gonna remove this. There we go. And then I'm gonna put a little bit more of the glue right along the edge here. Not up and down too much because that'll come through, which of course it dries clear, so it doesn't really matter. But as you can see here, it's very tiny. I'm pressing it flat, which you would think, oh, it's a tassel and it should be round. We can round it out later. I'm pressing it flat so that it'll attach. I'm going to lay it there just to let it dry a little bit more. Now we'll go ahead and put our base together. I start with, this is Misty Moonlight, and it's cut at the second layer size, and I'll talk about layers in just a second. But this is 3 3/4 by 5. I'm putting it on top of the Night of Navy, centering it there. The layers that I'm talking about is, if you're on YouTube, go to my website. If you're on my website, go to the free page, and there'll be card and envelope sizing. And of course, I laminated mine, but on the A2 card, there is several others there listed, but it says the card size, the envelope size, a half layer, 1 layer, 1.5, 2. This should say 2.5. I never changed it because I laminated it, but it's correct on the one you'll download. 2.5 and 3, so that you can make layers going in at whatever distance or set that you want. Once you have the 2 of these done, I actually used Scotch tape because we just want them to be there temporarily. Folding it over. This was about, I don't know, 8 inches. The card's 5.5, so, or not quite 5.5, 5 1/4 is the biggest size, but it's going to get glued down, so it doesn't have to be anything serious. You can use glue. It just seeps through the ribbon, which is why I don't use it. You could use our Stamp and Seal, could also work. Just anchor it down. And then we're going to go ahead and glue it. I'm going to make sure I've got the card in the right orientation. Yes. Have you ever done the upside down? Yeah, it happens. All right, here we go. We're just going to put the base down and then set it aside. And we're going to work on the little book. Now, I cased this, C-A-S-E, which stands for Copy and Share Everything. We used to say copy and steal a long time ago, but I guess that's not to be said now. So it's copy and share. Basically what that means is I copied off of somebody else. In this case, the catalog is a wonderful resource. They always have lots of things. As I said, very reasonable. It's $28.75 for both the stamp set and the dies. So that's a pretty good deal. I am copying this sort of because I always make it my own. I have to do a little thing here and there, but I kind of got the idea of doing it from this particular one. And they have lots of ideas there. Again, it at first look, you would say from the library of, okay, this is a book stand, for inside your books, but it has, like I said, the snarky comment, and this one's for the books, which is on here, which, means an outstanding day. And it's got real cute things, and it kind of showed you that it was twitched here. But so that's what I mean. I kind of copied this, but then I made it my own by changing the size and a bunch of other things. It's almost not recognizable, but I wanted to share with you that that's something you can do. Now, I went ahead, and you can see this is very, there's lots of hole punching and scoring and all kinds of little things on there. And I thought, well, books are really cute when, notebooks are really cute when they have, floral patterns, or you need a small type pattern. This came from Countryside Inn, which is normally in the blues, but we also, for a limited time, I think on our website, we have it in other colorways. They decided to use the same template, but change the colors. So it's kind of cool. But so what I did, and I'm going to do it on this side because it's easier to see, but I don't know if you can see the holes that are punched in an oval. And I also used this edge. No, I didn't. I lied. I used it from this one. I lied a whole about all of it. I changed the way I did. I don't know where I am. Okay, so I cut the oval on the blue, kind of because this was too much. And I tried white. I just liked it better with the lighter color. So what I mean by that is, okay, so there's like pinhole punches all around there. So I just got in there, and you can feel it like clicking as you're cutting through the hole because you're staying on track. Now, you know, if you cut it off a little bit, not quite right, it really doesn't show because it's on very busy paper. But anyway, try to go around the oval and stay in the line of the holes, and it cuts very easily. It makes a little noise because you're clipping all of these little, I don't know if you can hear it. See? No, you can't hear it. So we're going to get our oval that way. And then I also thought that I would use this end piece. So I just clipped it. It's almost already all clipped. Take off the little tab because I didn't cut it right. And then cut this up here. So this will be the book end, if you will. I'm going to glue that there. And then there's a die cut all by itself for the pages at the bottom. So I'm going to start with that. And I just put a little bit there. Again, you don't want to overwhelm on the glue because there's holes in it, these, the detail on there. So you don't want a whole lot because it'll come through. But that goes down at the bottom because pages are normally white. You could put cream on another, you know, with another colorway. You know, it would also look good in gold because you know how they used to stamp with gold on the back of their book bindings. You look at the old, like, Encyclopedia Britannica. I know I just aged myself. It's okay. But yeah, a lot of books, first edition books and that kind of thing. And I'm just putting this spine on here. You could write something on the spine, which would be cute. It's coming together. Now I decided I would stamp for you. And I'm using Misty Moonlight. This is Balmy Blue, by the way. So we use our Misty Moonlight. Now, if you wanted to put a gem at the bottom, I had already stamped it in the center, so it didn't quite work. But if you wanted to put a gem in the bottom, you would like put this up a little bit higher. But I'm going to try to center it. There you go for you. We're going to glue that on the book. It's coming together, starting to look like a real book. And you're just putting it right over where the oval opening or the oval dots, I don't know what to call those, pin dots or whatever. I put it right over there. And like you can see, it wasn't perfect, but it looks perfect. It really does look quite good. So I'm going to set that aside. This is the sentiment. So since I have the ink out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp that. This one is "You are a solid." And I've got it shifted to the side, not off. And I am trying to center it. And, you know, if you're nice, you could put all 5s. That would be nice. But I'm sending it to either a friend or relatives. And I'm snarky, so it's going to be the 4.5. I didn't want to do like 3. That was just mean. So we did that. All right. So now I made this. This piece is actually 1x4. I originally thought I would do it just on the inner side, but there wasn't quite enough room. So I ended up going outside. So I'm going to go ahead. Now you could elevate this one if you wanted to and elevate the book as well with dimensionals. I decided to just do the book because I will be probably mailing this because all the people I'm snarky with are not living here. So, whoop, put that on there. Hold it just for a second. Alrighty. And then we're going to put the tassel on the book. This is, again, someplace you could use a piece of tape if you wanted to. This is way too long, by the way. But we're going to go with it right. Oh, I wanted to show you first. So we had flattened it, so it looks like an oval when you look at the edge here. I'm going to kind of like brush it a little bit. So I don't want it wide open, but I do want it to show that there are little tassel-y things. And then I'm going to use a glue dot because I found like I don't know if it was the way I taped it or what, but oops, I missed the glue dot. That wasn't too good. well, I guess I should try to do it right-handed. That would probably work better. I just found like it always ended up not where it was supposed to be. And I just pulled off one of the edges. The glue dot was too strong for it, so I'm just going to put a little dab and decide where I want it on here. All right, I want it about here. I'm going to hold that for a minute. And because you're mailing it or putting it in an envelope, being flat is fine. You can just roll it a little bit back and forth in your fingers and it'll go back into a circle and it'll look great. So obviously this is too long. And I'm just going to put a piece of Scotch tape right here. I lost it. I have too many things on my desk, I think. All right, so we'll put this over here. Like this, and I'm just going to tape it down. This is overkill as far as the tape goes, but it does keep this staying where you want it. And then I put dimensionals on the back of it. And if you didn't want to use tape, you could use one of the dimensionals to hold down the twine. I'm going to put one in the middle too because it's kind of built up everywhere else. All right. And then you're going to take off the dimensional backings and hope not to find them all over your house. There's a little static going on too. You know, it's winter, so they really do stick everywhere. All right, we'll just put that on the floor. I'll pick it up later. All right, so now we got the dimensionals. They're ready to stick. I want this at a little bit of an angle. Sort of like that. And then you get to decide if you're going to be snarky or not. So what I did was first I colored them. This is Balmy Blue. So it matches that and it kind of brings out the color. Of course, you could do it. I thought about doing it in gold, you know, like a crushed curry. But that wouldn't really look gold. So I went ahead and I colored them in for Balmy Blue. I almost left it at 4. Then I thought that was meaner. So I went ahead and did half. And then I thought, well, that's okay. That's okay. I wanted it to sparkle a little bit. So I got some little gems, little tiny gems, and I put them in the center, and you can still see the blue with it. So it's really cool. These are adhesive backed dots for days. Dots for days. And I just put it in the center, and it not only reflects the gold here, but it kind of makes the star stand out a little bit more. I think it's really cute. There were several different gems I could have used. Even clear ones would be cute. And so I went ahead and put them all on the all 4 that were colored in. And then I tried putting a clear one on this, and it just took away from it only being half. So it wasn't quite snarky enough for me. So I left it like that. That's all I got for today. I hope you enjoyed making this card. I hope that you look at that stamp set and die cut grouping and consider purchasing it. You can, there's also like a tag maker. You can see the little markers or flags coming out, making it look like a bookmark. There's a little circle to cut the hole in that. And I think that's it. But anyway, I hope you would consider purchasing that. And again, if you have no demonstrator, you can go to my website at online store at jan24.stampinup.net. Hope to see you again back here. Don't forget, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.